Well, you're probably asking the same damn question. Here he goes again, talking about Rachel Zegler. Here he goes again, talking about Snow White or Snow Brown. Well, I'm sorry to tell you this, people. I'm gonna have to say this. Loud is possible. And I mean loud. It's freaking possible for you to understand. Now, I know I said earlier this month I was going to do a video on the Seth Rogen Green Hornet movie, but don't worry, it's still coming. Hopefully after this video I'll do it. But now I just want you to know one thing, and one thing only. The Rachel Zegler Snow White movie is going to fail! Now, I know you're probably saying, well, that's just your opinion, Alex. That's just your thought. This is what you think. And yeah, I'm sorry. That is what I think. I'm sorry. I know most of you are probably saying, yes, we know you're not down with this movie. You don't care about this movie. You know this movie's going to fail. I'm sorry, but after listening to Snarky J, I'm kind of on her side. It's not just that. It's also people who have been leaving comments on the trailer. Yeah, if you were to look up this YouTube video of the guy who's reading the comments on how people who are roasting the shit out of this movie. Some people, one comment saying, if this was playing on a plane, I would still walk out. So you would still walk out of the plane, meaning you would jump off the plane instead of watching that movie? I don't think most of you have noticed, but Rachel Zegler hasn't gained a lot of support to most people. Now, of course, with woke culture people, you know, they could be, you know, supporting her or something like that. But I'm just sorry. I mean, you're probably saying, well, when did this hate for Rachel Zegler even started? I'm going to have to say West Side Story. The remake West Side Story. I know a lot of you, I mean, now to tell you the truth, back in 2021, when I didn't work that, you know, Sunday or Saturday or Friday during that time, because during that time I had to take care of my mom, that because she was getting surgery on her, yeah. But either way, the moment I came into work that day, back in 2021, at the other AMC theater I used to work at, I asked one of the guys, hey, so how bad was West Side Story this weekend? And surprisingly, he told me this. It actually wasn't that bad. I'm like, what do you mean it wasn't really that bad? We didn't get a lot of people for that? Then looking at the box office, I looked at it and I'm like, wow! It didn't even make like $50 million in the box office. It only made like $1 million, over past $1 million. $1 million it went past, and that it didn't even go up to, it's like, that weekend, it was like, I was expecting it to be, it was like a $100 million budget movie. West Side Story remake. Now, I'm not looking at the critical score, I'm looking at the box office score. It was a $100 million budget movie, and so far it made only $76 million at the box office. And I just stick to the point of the fact that I don't think Rachel Zegler was the cause of it not doing so well. Maybe she was, maybe she wasn't. But then came the Hunger Game movie that she was in, and came other films, and came other films in general. And then came to her one interview where she talks about the live action Snow White. The fact that you said that the prince is a stalker, and the fact that you said that you only watched the original Snow White movie only once as a kid and never even thought of watching it again. And the fact that you said that she's not a girl looking for romance. She's not a girl who's looking to be saved by the prince. But she's more likely to be, if you know what I'm about to say, girl boss. So, all I can just tell you is another thing I want to mention, and a real thing I really, really, really want to mention. Gal Gadot, the smoking hot bombshell who played Wonder Woman, is going to be the evil queen who's jealous of her. Jealous of her. You want me to think that Gal Gadot, this beautiful woman, this insanely beautiful woman, who's probably around my height, by the way, is supposed to be jealous of this bland ass, somewhat kind of cute. I said somewhat. I said somewhat kind of cute. I said somewhat. But Gal Gadot, that woman is banging. That woman is banging. She's so schwank. Oh, I'm gonna stop saying 90s tropes, but I'm just saying. Gal Gadot's a beautiful woman. An insanely beautiful woman. And she's supposed to be jealous of this? Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. It's like, gee, how can I say this? Wow, it's I got no metaphors. I got no actual metaphors to say how this does not make no damn sense. All I can just tell you is, I think there's a real reason why people are more rooting for Gal Gadot's character. But yet, Zegler is supposed to be she's the fairest of them all. Like, really? Really? And the Snow White trailer, it's already getting a lot of hate. I don't like how the dwarves look. So, wait. So let me get this straight. Getting real short people who are like 3 feet or 4 feet tall is offensive. Peter Dinklage. But having CGI dwarves, that's okay. So some of you there was a complaint about getting actual short people to play dwarves is offensive, but CGI dwarves? Is there a difference? So that's like saying, I don't like, real spiders, but I think CGI spiders might be a lot more better. You're still looking at a spider! It's like saying, oh, CGI blood, that's... I'm sorry, I'm going to rephrase that. It's like saying, oh, I don't like seeing real blood or real fake blood or whatever, but CGI blood, oh, that's kind of okay-ish. So you're basically saying you like it to be digitally CGI'd, but seeing actual... you know what, you can just complain about stuff just to complain about stuff. I'm sorry to tell you this. I mean, if I'm wrong, you know, I have been wrong. Like, look what I said about the female Ghostbusters movie. How I made that video and got a lot of hate for it. And of course, had to take down the video. Shut up! But either way, yes. If the Ghostbusters remake or reboot, or sorry, let me just call it female Ghostbusters movie, got this a lot of hate. This is definitely gonna make an exception. Actually, sorry, let me rephrase that. It will not make an exception. Will this be the biggest fail of Disney? I think Disney is gonna have the worst year this year. Maybe some Disney films might do better. Maybe some Disney films might do worse. But Snow White 2025 is going to bomb. I'm sorry to tell you this. I could be wrong. I may be wrong. I was right about Sonic 3 beating Mufasa. So either way, it's just the point of fact. I just think the internet just hates Rachel Zegler and her comments. I just think every time anybody sees this girl in anything, like recently she was in this movie, Y2K. I know you're probably saying, what the hell is that? Yeah, I know you're probably saying, what the hell? I never heard of this film. I didn't know she was actually in another movie that came earlier this year. Like, yeah. I didn't even watch that film. I only saw like the end credits while working. But all I can just tell you is, it's just a fact. I could be wrong. I could be right. I could not be know what I'm talking about. But all I just want to tell you, this movie's gonna bomb. Are people hyped for it? I don't know. Are people waiting for it to fail? Yes. So all I can tell you is that's just it. This movie's gonna bomb, and that's it. So with that being said, next video, Seth Rogen Green Hornet movie, rant, or whatever. But until then, verticals. Oh, wow. That's the first time I ever messed up on that one. But, to the top, Vertical Spy, outro. Wow, that's the first. And one last comment I want to mention. The person you see in the end of this video is the real Steve Blum. Voice of Spike, Tom, and many other voice acting characters he's done. So, definitely listen to him when he says, Steve?
Yo, Steve Blum here, voice of Spike Spiegel. Remember to subscribe and get vertical.